everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you didn't already know, my name is David. I'm a proud YouTuber, and today we're gonna prove that YouTube is better than TikTok. I've seen a lot of chatter in comment sections from the young kids talking about how YouTube's for old people. Nobody uses YouTube anymore. It's the next MySpace. It's all about TikTok now, and I'm not salty. Definitely doesn't make me feel older than I already feel. But today, though, we are going to prove once and for all which platform reigns supreme. I took two of the best looking double cheeseburgers from two of the greatest creators on each one of these apps. The But Better legend, King Papa himself, Joshua Weissman for Team YouTube. And then for Team TikTok, the more handsome, more Italian, more successful version of myself, Nick Digiovanni. Whose burger will come out on top today? Let's get right into this one. To decide the order of this one, I flipped a coin, and Team TikTok, you are up first today. I grabbed some olive oil and champagne vinegar, butter lettuce and brioche burger buns, Kewpie mayo, ketchup, salt and pepper, buttermilk ranch, white American cheese, dill pickles, a beautiful Wagyu steak and some cheddar cheese, a couple yellow onions, and some smoked paprika. Now before anyone goes running down to the comments complaining that this won't be fair, because this is a very expensive Wagyu steak, you must be new here, because Joshua's recipes are usually just as involved, if not the most labor intensive, where this recipe is going the extra mile for the burger patties, the beef. Joshua's gonna be going extra miles on everything else. I started by whipping up my first burger sauce. This is going to be chopped up dill pickles and raw onion, mayo, ketchup, ranch, champagne vinegar, which I've never used before, and then some smoked paprika. This is pretty standard outside of the ranch. That's a little bit funky. And if you ever wondered what like the special sauce is at McDonald's or any like burger chain, more often than not, this is very similar to the base of most of them. Also, I want to get this out of the way right now. I will not be using tomatoes in any portion of this video. Each one of these burgers has a thin sliced heirloom tomato on it. We're removing the same variable. It's gonna stay constant in both. That's not gonna affect everything else. I just know I'm not gonna prefer it because who wants a warm, mush, wet, tomato on their hamburgers? I know from past videos a lot of you guys feel the same way, so I don't feel bad about complaining about that one. Now I could be wrong, but I believe this is the second or third time I have made some kind of Wagyu beef on the channel. This stuff is just so good. I do kind of feel weird about grinding up such an expensive steak, but I'm sure it's still gonna be good regardless. The fat on this literally just starts melting from the heat of your hand. When you cook it on really high heat, it almost smells like a sort of beef candy. It's really hard to explain. I know that sounds bizarre, but it just smells and tastes so damn good. If you can find one at your local butcher shop for a reasonable price, I'd say in the $45 range, depending on how thick it is, I'd say give it a shot for a special occasion. And with that, we are pretty much ready to assemble this thing. We can't forget our 2 beef patties, our sliced up grilled onion. Team TikTok, burger number 1, let's give you a shot. I'm already in such a good mood today. Holy f***. If you couldn't tell, this is absolutely incredible. It has such a nice balance of just everything. Texture, sweetness, saltiness, like savoriness. I like that it doesn't have a ton of like overpowering stuff like a black garlic or a balsamic vinegar or something. Like what's in here is super tasty and flavorful, but it doesn't overshadow how good that beef is. I can barely talk, the drool is just dumping. I've now eaten almost this entire thing, looking for something to complain about or something that can be improved upon. I don't really think there's anything. I love the combination of cheeses. Like maybe if I had to think of something, maybe I would put some cayenne pepper, maybe some chili paste into the sauce to kind of balance the sweetness and richness. But other than that, this is a perfect food. And thank God we know that Joshua's stuff is really good. This is gonna be a very close race. In the other corner today is the homie Joshua Weissman. I have made this burger once before. It was absolutely incredible, and I'm willing to say it would give any burger a run for its money. You will need some bread flour and chives, whole milk and dill pickles, sugar and iceberg lettuce, salt and pepper, mayo, ketchup, Worcestershire sauce, 80-20 ground beef and unsalted butter, yellow onions and instant yeast, garlic, a few eggs, fresh thyme, cheddar cheese, and Munster cheese. Although this is only my second time making this exact burger recipe, I have made these buns many times now on the channel, and we're pretty well experienced with them. If you didn't already know, dumping flour all over your counter and kitchen floor is good luck, so obviously I did that on purpose. I'm pretty sure the combination of the instant yeast as well as this little roux are the secrets to what makes this so good and pretty easy and quick as well. We're not fermenting anything for hours or overnight. You let the ball double in size at room temperature for about 90 minutes. Portion out your dough to 6 even balls and then give them another 45 minutes, just until they are fully risen and barely touching this top cookie sheet I'm gonna cover them with. And I think I might have jinxed myself. I'm sitting here acting like Mr. Professional with these. I think they might be a tad over fermented. You're not really supposed to have like thin bubbles along the top. But I did get a great golden brown. They smell awesome and they're super soft, so I think they will work just fine for today. I don't think I caught it on camera, but at some point after I took the buns out, I burned the absolute shit out of my finger. It felt like a damn chemical burn for the next hour afterwards. I don't know if you can see, but it's already kind of lifting the top layers of my skin. I'm sure I'll be fine. It doesn't look that bad. Cue the comments calling me a baby. For some reason, burns hurt so much worse than they actually look. And like I said, where Joshua is taking the shorter route of buying the store-bought ground beef, he is more than making up for it with those homemade buns, the world's most involved burger sauce, with 2 deeply caramelized onions, a whole bundle of chopped up chives, a few finely diced pickles. There's just so much going on in here, and based on experience, it is worth it. I don't think I could have picked 2 more perfectly matched recipes. They're very similar in actual components, but in the details, they could not be any more different. The only similarity really is that you've got a slice of grilled onion in the middle of the 2 burgers. Other than that, they're basically just like myself and a fast-growing YouTube channel. They could not be any more opposite. I actually completely forgot this step until I watched this recipe again. The only person I've ever seen treat burger patties like a steak is Joshua. It's so genius because it's just beef on a cast iron, so why not do this? But by browning up that garlic and thyme, letting the butter just baste over everything, like obviously that's gonna make everything taste good. If you haven't already, comment right now with which one of these burgers you think will come out on top today, because this one is making me drool just as much as the last one. I would like to inhale it as soon as possible, so let's give option number 2 a try. I don't know why I did this to myself. Oh my god. I told you guys, I remember this being good, but my god, it has to be one of the best foods I've ever made. These rolls are not difficult at all, and they're just one of the best bread products ever. Maybe the best burger bun ever. When they're fresh like this, I would put this right up against any potato or brioche roll. You can't overlook the perfect marriage of the cheeses, the salty, fatty, cholesterol clogging beef, and the damn sauce. It's always Joshua's sauces that just take his foods to a level I can barely speak. There are very few other chefs that achieve the level of just flavor bomb on your tongue as Joshua Weissman's concoctions of sauces, condiments, extras. The $1 million question, is it better than Nick's? It's a tough one. I knew this was gonna be close because I knew how good both of these would be. Definitely the bun, the sauce, the accoutrement is better in this one. The patties in the last one win, of course, the Wagyu beef. Nothing else is gonna really trump that. Overall though, not by much, but I think Team YouTube has to take this one. Both of these burgers have been some of the best foods I've made on the channel though, and if you put those burger patties into this thing, I might have dropped dead. I don't think I could have handled that. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave me a big old like. Let me know if you like this type of format, if you want me to expand to even more platforms, other creators. Leave your suggestions down in the comments. Follow me over on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Yes, I have one that I barely post on. But other than that, have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you right back here next time. Peace!
Yeah, hey. with the M without the AD. Flipping burgers and my money super lazy. Try and make a meal tonight, they ain't paying me. Try and supersize my life with my 18. Yeah, our style wasn't wavy, but we had a vision. We could make it.
What the f was I just gonna say?